exclusive passports for the ultra rich. I can't talk about this on the main channel. That's why I'm making this video on the second channel, specifically for you, which I assume you're a good fan of Wealthy Expat, and the best programs that are available for millionaires and ultra high net worth individuals that are not really available to most people, because obviously you have Caribbean citizenship by investment. You can get citizenship in Dominica and St. Lucia, Grenada, St. Kitts. I have a St. Kitts passport. I believe in these programs. The issue that I have with these programs is that it's just a passport. You're just paying and getting citizenship and a passport. You don't get anything on top of that. You don't get, for example, any diplomatic protection. You don't get any unions that you could potentially live in. For example, Mercosur or European Union or ASEAN. You don't really get access to much. You're just paying and getting your passport, and that's it. Versus with other programs where you could actually get way more benefits. You could grow your business. You could pay less taxes. Although St. Kitts, for example, is tax-free. You're not gonna go live in St. Kitts. And some of these countries that I'll talk about, you can actually go live in one of these countries. You can open bank accounts in these countries. Some of them have very easy tax residency programs that you can also take advantage of. You can cash out your crypto in some of these countries. So they have way more benefits than just getting a second passport, and that's it. The first one I'll talk about is Serbia. Serbia has a citizenship by exception law. And a lot of countries around the world, to be completely honest with you, have citizenship by exception laws or honorary citizenship programs, meaning that the president, prime minister, somebody very high up in the government can approve a citizenship application from pretty much anybody as long as they provide enough value to the country and they see that that person is going to provide value in the next 10, 20 years. And obviously they have a clean record as well. If you have a criminal record, it's very hard to apply for citizenship by exception. So you need to be clean, have a good profile. And if you're worth multiple millions of dollars and you have a clean criminal record, you probably qualify because you are higher value than pretty much 99 or maybe 95% of citizens of that country. In the case of Serbia, you can open a business in Serbia, you can hire people in Serbia, you can invest into that business, you can invest into real estate as well, you could donate some money to the government in taxes as well, and then qualify to become a Serbian citizen. Now, it's really on a case-by-case basis because somebody from the United States with a multi-million-dollar business in the US coming to Serbia, starting a business in Serbia, and by the way, we've done this process over 30 times at this point, for over 30 clients from all over the world. I did it for myself, and then we've done it for over 30 people. So this, I'm talking to you from personal experience, not, oh, I read this on ChatGPT, or there's people talking about Serbian citizenship on YouTube that don't know anything about Serbian citizenship. They've been to Serbia twice, they talked to a couple lawyers, and there's a bunch of lawyers offering Serbian citizenship that are just gonna scam you, they're gonna steal your money, and they're gonna run away. I'm talking from personal experience. That's why I show you my passport and take the risk of actually showing you, yes, I have it, so you can really see that this is real. Somebody from the United States with a multi-million-dollar business in the US that has a clean criminal record, that can show that clean criminal record from the United States or any country where they live, that goes and starts a business in Serbia, gets a bank account and invests money into that business, has potentially probability of hiring people for that business in Serbia, starting an office in Serbia, paying taxes in Serbia, is obviously going to contribute to Serbia in the future. That application might take a couple of months, 2 months, in some cases less, versus somebody from Syria who might have a business in Syria, might have millions of dollars in Syria in crypto and so on, but it might be a security risk. So they take way longer and it's gonna be way trickier. And ideally that person who is a Syrian doesn't live in Syria. If they live in Syria, it's gonna be way harder. I mean, it could get approved after a couple years, but honestly, these cases are very tough. Unless, for example, that Syrian citizen is living in UAE, in Dubai, with a 10-year golden visa, and has millions of dollars in the UAE, has real estate investments in the UAE, has no criminal record in Syria or the UAE, can prove a good track record. In that case, it could be possible. If the money's coming from the UAE that's going to be invested into the business in Serbia, obviously there's a lot of Emirati money, Saudi money in Serbia and in Europe. That's completely fine. It's not like the money is coming from a sanctioned country or a high problem country. It's coming from UAE, so you shouldn't have any problems with that. That's going to be way better application, but still, the US citizen with the business in the US is going to be way faster, way easier to process. So it's really on a case-by-case basis, although I recommend you, if you're interested in any of these programs, to book a one-on-one call with us. It is completely complimentary. We sit down, we talk about your specific case and see which program fits the best for you. And it's not only Serbia, it's also Bosnia. Bosnia also has citizenship by exception or honorary citizenship, and it works very similarly. I will actually show you my Bosnian passport over the next couple of months. Although I don't like to talk about this program because I think that Bosnia is not really a good investment opportunity. It's a country that is really declining, and I see Serbia as a much better investment. They have the 2027 Belgrade Expo. That's gonna kick up the country and increase investments, and there's a lot of investment coming to Serbia. Population is growing as well, although just like every other European country, fertility rates are going down. In Bosnia, I see the demographic, the economic situation going down, and overall, I don't really recommend that program, even though I have it. Even though I am a Bosnian citizen and I've done that program, I don't really recommend it to most people, but it exists. And if you're willing to invest over 300,000 euros, 400,000 euros into any of these countries, it is definitely possible. Another country that people have no idea that has a citizenship by exception law is Argentina. Milei wants to make this harder. Milei actually wants to make the process of becoming an Argentinian resident and an Argentinian citizen way harder and way longer, so this might change in the future. But there is a law in Argentina that allows essentially any judge or high-ranking individual in the government to approve a citizenship request way faster than the 2-year mark. So essentially you waive your 2-year requirement. It is not as straightforward as a place like Serbia or Bosnia. It is more, this is really case-by-case basis. So for example, if you're a US citizen that recently moved to Argentina like 3 months ago, you are depositing some money into Argentina, you see yourself really living in Argentina long-term, maybe you even speak a little bit of Spanish already, you can make a case to a judge or to a high-ranking individual in the government and actually get approved for Argentinian citizenship after that time period of just 3 months instead of the 2 years, because you will contribute to the Argentinian economy, because you will contribute to Argentina. And obviously Argentina is an amazing passport. You get Mercosur, you get great visa-free travel around the world, you get the perfect plan B. And although Buenos Aires specifically, crime is increasing, you have many parts of Argentina that are extremely safe, beautiful nature, overall a perfect plan B for really anyone, to be honest. And we're strengthening our contacts in Argentina. I specifically want to do this program. I want to invest over 200,000 US dollars into Argentina and eventually become Argentinian. I will update you on that process. And as soon as I do it myself, I will be more confident that our clients can do it also. But I know of people personally that have done this program. They invest in Argentina, they make a case, they say that they're going to bring value to the country, and then they get approved for citizenship before that 2-year mark. This is also possible in Mexico. If you become a Mexican permanent resident by investing into Mexico, in some cases over $300,000 and in other cases over $500,000, you could also make a case that you are valuable to the country if you have, for example, a good business record, a good profile in the United States or in Canada or any other country. If you speak Spanish, it's going to help a lot. And then you can make a case that you should be naturalized as a Mexican faster than the 2-year mark or the 5-year mark for some people. So also, it is possible in Mexico. These countries, they want to bring investment. They want to bring high-value people. They want to bring people without criminal records that are actually going to contribute to the country, and you can take advantage of these programs. Obviously, they're going to cost you a lot. This is not going to be a program where you pay 10K, you get a passport. That's not real. Mexico has a reputation for selling their passports. This is not the case. This is official naturalization to somebody high up in the government based on your contribution to the country, and it's going to cost you hundreds of thousands of dollars, not 10K, 20K, 50K. Other countries that people don't know that has citizenship by exception laws are Austria and Germany. Obviously part of the European Union and countries that have amazing visa-free travel around the world. People talk about Malta having their citizenship by investment law and citizenship by investment program for around 1.2 million US dollars. You can get Maltese citizenship. That's very straightforward. But also Austria and Germany, if you invest a large enough sum of money into these countries, you can also get citizenship. In the case of Austria, they've said that it's 5 to 8 million euros invested, and then also some fees and donations added on that. Germany doesn't have an official contribution amount, although I personally, because I lived in Germany and I speak B2 German, I've met people that have gotten German citizenship in way less time than the required time to be a German citizen by naturalization, because they have some sort of contribution. They are a great athlete. You see this, for example, in fighting sports like judo. Somebody from Moldova or from a country outside of the European Union that is a strong judo fighter, and Germany wants them to fight for the German team, they get naturalized as a German very quickly. They don't speak German, they don't live in Germany, but they get naturalized because they have that special contribution. The same thing for a large business owner. Same thing for a scientist, an engineer. And even countries like New Zealand, who naturalized Peter Thiel because of his investments and his purchases in New Zealand, you see that any country, no matter how good the passport is, no matter how good their reputation is, citizenship by exception is always possible if you have a very clean profile, if you have a great investment record, if you're going to invest and contribute to that country, and if you're essentially going to increase or improve the reputation of the country. As I said, if you're interested in any of these programs, please book a call with us. We will look at your profile, where you come from, what kind of business you have, what kind of investments you have, what your net worth is, and then determine which one of these programs, or there's many more programs that you could potentially apply for, which one fits best for you and which one you're more likely to get approved for. And the last one here would be the United Arab Emirates. A lot of people say, oh, Rafael, stop talking about UAE citizenship. You're never gonna get that. Nobody ever gets that. It's possible. Now, you're gonna need to invest more than 5 to 10 million US dollars into the UAE, buying a ton of properties, having a huge business in the UAE. You build a hospital, you build a school. It's gonna have to be significant, your contribution, because UAE citizenship is very locked away for very special people like Kevin O'Leary, like Pavel Durov, but it's still possible. If you have the right profile that they're looking for and you make your case, it is possible to officially apply for citizenship by exception in the UAE after making your investment. Let's say you invest $5 million into different villas in the UAE, you build a huge business, you hire a ton of people, you hire a ton of local people, because if you hire foreigners, they don't really care. If you hire Emirati citizens and you're bringing value to the country in that way, you can definitely directly apply for citizenship by exception and get approved. It is not that easy. There is no specific time frame. It can take years to get approved, but you're getting, let's say, the top tier passport when it comes to citizenship by investment and citizenship by exception, the passport that is only exclusively for a handful of people around the world. I recently made a video on why I would choose Serbian citizenship instead of Caribbean citizenship, even though I have both, why I prefer my Serbian one. You can check it out right here, and why you might actually be better off investing into a country like Serbia or Bosnia than getting just a St. Kitts passport. You want to check out that video right here.